today we saw the Imran Hashmi starrer Why Cheat India, a film that came under the purview of the censor board because of its original title Cheat India, seeming to perpetuate something that will be a harmful message, very humorously rebutted by Imran Hashmi on Twitter by changing his name. However, what excited us the most was that there seemed to be an atmosphere that this is a resurgence of a new Hashmi, a man who is featuring in commercial films that are subpar at the max and always has great music. The fact that this was his production venture and the topic being the Indian education system and how flawed it is, everyone was quite intrigued by what the movie had to offer. Sadly, we were more than disappointed with the end product, and here's telling you the brief good but the many bad aspects of the film that led to its downfall. The good. The performances. Firstly, what really adversely affects the film is the development of the story at hand. However, the actors put forth commendable performance to at least make the shabby development of the plot watchable. Imran Hashmi, who plays the scheming and motivated Rakesh, has this sense of being up to no good that is masked by his smile, something ideal for an anti-hero for a film. The meetings he conducts with aspirational parents, the way he orders around his subordinates, and his way of cheating the system, being very frank about it, are some of the highlights of the film, proving that Hashmi is a solid actor, something that should never be discounted. The supporting characters do the bare minimum, including Shreya, who has very little to work with, mostly playing second fiddle to Hashmi or her brother Sattu. Which brings us to Snigdeep Chatterjee, who plays Sattu, a hard-working and aspirational student that is ready to do anything to prove his father he is worth something. Shibani Bedi, who plays the role of Hashmi's wife, is the reason for many laughs in theatres and showcases the acting prowess that she has already shown on many skits on YouTube. The first half. The first hour or so perfectly captures an environment that many of us have seen or experienced. The film highlights the Indian education system and the expectations that parents have. It shows us the excessive pressure that is put on children to get into institutes of medicine, management or engineering without focusing much on what are someone's interests or wants. People who come from middle class families invest everything into their offspring with the knowledge only that these professions are going to make something of their children without really focusing on how they can make their passions into lucrative financial ventures. They are set in their ways and the children work themselves to the bone, sometimes at the cost of their own health, without developing any social skills or personal growth, just acting like machines to learn every word in their massive thick textbooks. This is what I have seen everywhere during my boarding school admissions or even college. Parents praying outside classrooms, students cramming till the very last minute, setting their gods in front of them to give them every kind of blessing. The creators really portrayed this environment of students, the pressure and the dreams of parents over the kids very well. The dialogues. One of the best aspects of the films are the dialogues written by Somik Sen and Mishka Shekhawat. The one-liners and punchlines, which often transition into a slow-motion walk or the background music playing, are actually one of the redeeming qualities of a script that confuses itself eventually. The bad. Songs. There are too many songs in the film that curtail the natural progression of the storyline. It's quite ironic how when Imran Hashmi was doing multiple promotional interviews for this film, he was pointing out how he has never been a fan of the use of background music to heighten an emotion or to rile a particular emotion from the audience, but Why Cheat India does exactly that. At moments of punchlines, you have background music portraying a victory of sorts, a right-hand man in comedic scenes with the random toying in the background, but more problematic are the romantic songs in the middle which do nothing for what the movie actually focuses on. It actually derails the film and you feel sad for Shreya Dhanvantari, who proves herself in acting sequences but is subjected to do a tiring love story and showcase only that. Protagonist. The problem with the film is not Imran Hashmi because he puts forth a great performance. The problem actually is his character Rakesh Singh, a man that is 2 steps ahead of everyone in his way and in every opportunity finds a way to cheat the Indian education system. The problem with such an anti-hero who is the protagonist is that anti-heroes have certain qualities that make you root for them, or from the onset itself you are set on the journey knowing that the person has only ill intentions. Here, however, the creators themselves are confused on how to portray Hashmi's character, because no matter how bad the education system is, cheating it to give students seats is not a solution, and this is constantly being justified and defended by the film. There's a solid confusion कि बंदे को हीरो की तरह पोर्ट्रे करें कि विलेन ही सही. Confused second half. The way the creators designed the world in the first half, something we could all imagine and relate to in some way, transforms into absolute shambles in the second half. Rather than focusing on the flaws of the Indian education system in the early 2000s and the incessant pressure on students, it becomes more about Rakesh's aspirations and him making more money and cheating the system, and even worse, justifying his actions. It transitions to scared bank managers, dim-witted prostitutes, split screens created to show slick screenplay, and the worst, a disconnected rendition of Hum Honge Kamyab Ek Din playing in the background. The message. What we all expected was maybe the film will highlight problems of the Indian education system and through an anti-hero try to portray solutions of him understanding this and that there are repercussions to his actions to cheat the system. But the message of the film, especially in the second half, deviates so much from what we expected that it loses its strength to grasp the audience's attention. Hashmi's ways are justified as he has a disgruntled father who was ashamed of his lack of educational prowess. Hence, cheat the system. Wow. The film puts the stats of numbers of suicides in India due to pressure of exams and talks about how many students have admitted to cheating. But all of this in no way could make whatever Rakesh Singh's character does all holy and right. रट्टा मार के लोग कॉलेज की सीट पकड़ते हैं, इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि प्रॉक्सी बिठा के एडमिशन करवा और तुम रॉबिन हुड कहलाओगे. You aren't being a solution to the flawed education system rather than creating more conducive methods to select students for educational institutes like group discussions, interviews and logic-based testing. You're just creating another layer of problems in the system that is already flawed. मतलब अगर scam करना ही है, कुछ fraud करना ही है तो करो and don't be apologetic about it. Don't justify it by stating the number of suicides in the Indian education system. If you're cheating the system, cheat it and own up to it. So all in all guys, the film was an average Imran Hashmi film that loses focus completely in the second half. It's not entirely horrible but definitely not worth carving out the time for. And that was the video guys. What did you think of the movie? Write it down in the comments below. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.